This video is made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.
When considering modern video game classics, few titles spring to mind as quickly as the Portal series. What once started as a student project got upgraded to a full-on Half-Life spin-off and was bundled alongside Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and the original release of Team Fortress 2 in the Orange Box. The combination of a truly unique atmosphere and tight pacing, however, made Portal the true standout of that early collection. Now, for the first time, Portal graces a Nintendo platform with the Portal Companion Collection. Not only does the game bring two of the greatest puzzle games of all time to Switch, but it once again reminds us why these titles have been revered for nearly 2 decades. If you haven't played either game before, this is the best jumping off point for newcomers. While I would usually start these reviews with a brief plot summary, Portal really doesn't need an introduction. You control a woman named Chell, who is a test subject in a series of chambers that require the use of a handheld portal device. This portal gun can shoot holes, not bullet holes, that create a portal and enable the user to walk between 2 points. While this mechanic is deceptively simple, the test chambers progress in difficulty and each of them presents a creative twist on how the portal gun can be used. All the while you are guided by a robotic voice that is both sarcastic and somewhat diabolical.
Due to mandatory scheduled maintenance, the appropriate chamber for this testing sequence is currently unavailable. It has been replaced with a live fire course designed for military androids. The Enrichment Center apologizes for the inconvenience and wishes you the best of luck.
There are plenty of twists and turns along the way in the original Portal that see you using the portal gun in combination with blocks, turrets, rockets and much more. Portal 2, however, refines movement and puzzles by introducing a ton of new mechanics, including gels with different properties, lasers and bridges. Portal 2 does heavily rely on the player having played the original game, and you'll appreciate all the changes even more after playing through the original. While there's always been a debate amongst fans which of the 2 titles is better, my personal preference has always been Portal 1. Portal 2 is absolutely incredible, but Portal 1 is a masterclass in pacing. The original game only takes a few hours to finish, which helps to give each chamber its own identity. Portal 2 has some phenomenal sequences, but tends to drag in the middle and later portion of the game. Thankfully, with the Companion Collection, you won't have to worry about picking either title. These are what can be considered the definitive editions of both games. Each game comes with additional features that were added over time, like the bonus maps, the developer commentary, definitely worth a play in case you are already familiar with Portal 1, as well as the multiplayer component for Portal 2. More on that in a bit. It's not that surprising that the games run flawlessly on the Nintendo Switch. Portal released in 2007 and Portal 2 in 2011. Both have been ported many times before, and the source engine in which they are built runs great on Switch. You may be surprised by the frequent loading times between chapters and test chambers, but these are identical to the most current versions on Steam and on high-end PCs. Quite frankly, the Switch versions of Portal look and feel great to play on the go. If you like it, there's also motion aiming compatibility for both games. The standout feature of Portal 2, however, was always its multiplayer mode. This is a completely separate mode with unique challenges and puzzles that needs to be solved with 2 players. It can be played in either online or local co-op and is one of the most satisfying co-op experiences I've had the pleasure of experiencing. Where the main game already requests some ingenuity from the player for solving its test chambers, the multiplayer mode doubles the number of portals that can be placed. This mode truly relies on communication, and while I think that the in-game pings do an adequate job, playing the multiplayer with a friend while using a voice chat service is the best way to go. The Portal Companion Collection simply offers 2 of the best games from the last 20 years at an affordable price on Switch. While they have been offered on multiple platforms, it's great to finally have both Portal games on a Nintendo console. The ports run flawlessly on Switch and make for an excellent overall experience. If you have played them countless times before or are jumping through a Portal for the very first time, Portal 1 and 2 make a fantastic addition to the Nintendo Switch lineup.
This video is made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.